Hello there, morons. It's another newspaper headline video. At the top right-hand corner, you see 9-month 4-day. It's September 4th, and then the next kanji there is Tuesday. That's kayobi, Tuesday. And to the left of that, it says the yomiuri shinbun in English. And below that, you see the kanji. This kanji is the old kanji for yomiuri shinbun. The kanji you would see these days, most people can't even write this, but if you wanted to write it properly, you would write it this way. And by the way, all of the notes, the rest of the notes, besides what I've just written, is going to be in the description because it will take forever to do this. So let's get to it. On the right-hand side, you see ishihara shi. Remember shi, the third kanji from the top, is Mr. So Mr. Ishihara is going to be running for Prime Minister. And how do we say that? Sousaisen shutsuba e. Now the last figure there that looks like a little line that's bent up, that is but most of you learned he, but in this case it's pronounced e. Anyway, this is the same as Soridaijin no so, which means the Prime Minister. Sousaisen is the election for Prime Ministership, and shutsuba means he is entering the race, he is becoming a candidate. To the left of that kanji, you see jimin. Jimin stands for Jiminto, one of the major parties here, and it says right below that kokkai heikai ni hyoumei. Okay, now kokkai is the Diet, the Japanese version of Congress, so to speak, and heikai means close, and goni is also pronounced atoni, but in this case goni. Let's do it one more time. Kokkai heikai ni hyoumei. So basically, after the Diet has closed, hyoumei means announce, and that's what happened. So Mr. Ishihara announced that he was going to throw his hat into the ring for Prime Ministership after the Diet closed. That's the big, I don't know if that's a scandal or not, but it seems kind of tricky to me. Why don't you, they should do that while it's still in session. It's something so important, right? I guess, but I don't know about that. Anyway, let's go on. To the right of that picture of the man on the right-hand side, you see a kanji that means old, furui. And that's the second kanji of Nagoya. And that is a man's name. His name is Kogashi, Mr. Koga. And you've already learned the kanji for Mr. Shi. And below that it says Tanigaki Shi. Now Tani is valley. That's also a good kanji to know, basic kanji. And then it says shiji sezu. Now shiji means support. And adding sezu to any noun turns it into a negative. So will not support. So what it's basically saying is Mr. Koga will not support Mr. Tanigaki. I think Mr. Tanigaki is a big shot here, but I really don't know the specifics, and it's not really important for this lesson because if we go into it, it'll take forever. So let's go on to the next headline. Okay, the next kanji here on the right says Jungi kiken untenzai no sousetsu kentou. That's a big mouthful, isn't it? Well, first of all, the first kanji there, Jun, is like pre or before. And kiken, of course, is dangerous. Unten is driving. Zai is crime. Put it all together, dangerous driving, crime. Now the Jun, I don't know what it means. And I asked a few Japanese and they're all like, oh, I don't know. What does that mean? But anyway, let's continue. Unfortunately, I won't be able to give you full answers. But if anyone knows, if there are any Japanese people watching this, please tell us. どういう意味 Jun kiken untenzai? 他の人に聞いてもわかんないって言ってくれるから、わかったら書いてください。And if someone knows the answer, I'll write it in the description. Anyway, sousetsu kento. Sousetsu is to establish or found, and kento is consideration. So sousetsu kento means they're considering the foundation or the establishment of, maybe it's a new crime category, right? Pre-dangerous driving crime. Who knows? But next to that kanji to the left, it says houmushou, mumenkyo, juudai, jiko, nado soutei. Now, houmushou is the Ministry of Justice. Mumenkyo is without a license. Juudai means big, and jiko is accident, so juudai jiko means major accident. And soutei is a prediction or a hypothesis, predicting something will happen. So the Ministry of Justice, mumenkyo, juudai, jiko, nado, nado is etc. So that's important, nado. they are predicting or looking at what kind of major accidents having no license will mean. You remember last year there was a major accident, and I'm sure there've been more, where someone was driving without a license and he plowed into a bunch of kids and killed them. It was a big deal, killed a mother as well, and maybe that's what they're considering. So maybe they're establishing a new category of a crime where if you don't have a license, menkyo is license. Mu means not having something. Mu. Menkyo is license, so mumenkyo, no license. Yeah, I'm not really sure, but maybe they're looking into what having no license means when it comes to predicting major accidents. Another tough one. Okay, anyway, we're studying the kanji, so if we can get little words, don't worry so much about the whole meaning. Just ganbatte, everybody. Let's go on to the next one. The next one's easy. Ready? The young lady in blue with the gold medal is, of course, a Olympic medalist, but this is for the Paralympics, and right below her on the right-hand side, it says in katakana, Rondon Paralympic. So the Paralympics, right? Is that how you say it in English? Paralympics. Anyway, you know, the Olympics for handicapped people. And to the left it says kyo-e. Kyo means competition, a means swimming, so it's competitive swimming. And her name, Akiyama. Aki, of course, is autumn or fall, and Yama is mountain. And next to that, the kanji you've learned in previous episodes of these lessons, kin, which is gold, and of course kin is also the same kin as kinyobi, which is Friday. And below Rondon Paralympic, it says Suzuki, one of the most common Japanese names. You should know this one. Suzuki, you probably know it from your textbooks if you've ever studied Japanese in a textbook. And underneath her name, it says Do, which you will remember means bronze, also copper, I think, but for the Olympics it means bronze. Now on the top left-hand side, in big kanji, it says Genpatsu Zero Mezasu. And Genpatsu, of course, are nuclear reactors, nuclear energy. Zero is zero. Mezas means aiming at. So very briefly, Japan is aiming at getting down to 0 nuclear plants. Of course, it doesn't say Japan in the title, but we all understand that. To the left of that, in much smaller kanji, it says Seifu Minshu Chosei. Seifu is the government. Minshu is Minshuto, the major party here. And Chosei means, Chosei is adjustment. So the government is adjusting, but in a little bit slightly larger kanji, it says Tassei jiki hyoumei sezu. Remember, sezu means not, right? A tassei is when something will be accomplished. Jiki means period of time. And hyoumei is to show something explicitly. And sezu, of course, not. So not shown explicitly. In short, the government has not said explicitly when this will happen. So someday we will have no nuclear power plants, but we didn't say when. So, you know, one of those kind of empty promises in a way. I hope that becomes a little bit more fixed, that date will become more fixed in the future. We will see. Well, that's it for the major headlines this week, but I think in the last episode, someone asked me about this Pokemon, and I actually asked Yukari and a couple other Japanese. They had no idea, but this week I figured it out by myself. Wakaru koji seigo is this, and it says sagase, Pokemon. It says look for the Pokemon. Sagase is look for, sagase, look for the Pokemon. And what this is in this newspaper, there you will find an article with Pokemon on it, and here it is. And this little article introduces an old expression, and my students all said, never heard of it before, so I'm not going to waste my time teaching it to you. But just to explain, just to answer that question that you had for me last time, what does it mean? It's just a little icon to help you learn something, and I guess the Pokemon is supposed to encourage young people to look for it and learn something. Although, like I said, all the adults in my class had no idea, had never heard this particular old expression before. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you learned something. Be sure to thumbs up, give me a comment. Any comment is fine. Comments help and show support for these kind of videos. Favorite it and help spread it around. These videos are not my most popular videos, but I do think they do serve a function, and I sure do learn a lot preparing for them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.
Give me a break, man. Give me a flake, man. Give me a break, man. Give me a break, man.